Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and I'm Alvina. And today's video is going to be super exciting because we are diving into the history of MacBook. Laptop has become one of the most essential pieces of technology today. Whether we are a student or a professional or just someone who loves tech, we definitely need one. When we talk about laptops, you have probably heard of the MacBook, one of the most powerful and high-performing laptops out there. The MacBook, a product of Apple, is known for its premium quality, sleek design, and top-notch performance. You have likely come across names like MacBook Pro or Mac Air at some point, but do you know how it all started? Which was the very first MacBook? What did it look like? And how is it different from today's MacBooks? Well, let's take a trip back in time. The year 2006 was a game changer for Apple. Because in January 2006, at Macworld San Francisco, Steve Jobs, founder of Apple, introduced the very first MacBook Pro. Yes, the year 2006 indicates the beginning of MacBook. And if you guys don't know what Macworld is, then Macworld is basically a show or an event related to information technology, and it is dedicated to Mac's platform. So Steve Jobs, he launched the very first MacBook Pro right here in this event in 2006 back then. And 2006 also marks the transition of Apple from PowerPC processors to Intel processors. It means that till 2006, Apple used PowerPC processors, but after 2006, it is switching towards Intel processors. So the MacBook Pro introduced in this time was 4 to 5 times faster than the PowerBooks back then. Till 2006, Apple had PowerBooks, but after 2006, it introduced the MacBook family. And the MacBook Pro introduced had several features like an iSight camera for doing FaceTime, a MagSafe connector, 15.4-inch widescreen LCD display, a backlit keyboard, scrolling trackpad, and so on. And in the event, he even showed the 2 different models of it with varying storage, clock speed, memory size, and memory speed, and the 2 different models look like this. And after the beginning of MacBook in 2006, several revisions came in the following years. In 2008, Apple had another big year. Steve Jobs took the stage once again at Macworld to introduce the world's thinnest notebook, which is today's MacBook Air. And the MacBook Air introduced in that time was almost identical to the MacBook Air that we have today. And the MacBook Air introduced in that time had all the revolutionary features like Wi-Fi support, no cooling fans, no optical drive, fewer ports, making it the slimmest and lightest laptop at that time. Steve Jobs even mentioned that people would not miss the optical drive as everything would soon be done wirelessly, from installing software to playing music and videos and even backing up data. Thus, ever since 2006, a continuous revisions have been coming in MacBooks. The following years, 2009, 10, 11, 12, and so on, new versions were constantly being launched with improved features. Not just MacBooks, but other product lines of Apple like Mac Pro, Mac Mini, iMac were constantly evolving in those years. In 2011, Apple introduced significant updates to its lineup. The MacBook Air models received a major boost with the introduction of Thunderbolt ports for faster data transfer and the switch to SSD storage for improved speed and reliability. The 2011 MacBook Air also featured Intel Core i5 and i7 processors, making it more powerful than ever before. In 2011, MacBook Pro Retina was launched with much higher resolution. It had resolutions of 2880 x 1800 pixels for 15-inch model and 2560 x 1600 pixels for the 13-inch model. They also removed the traditional optical drive, which helped achieve slimmer design. Yes, year after year, Apple introduced new MacBook revisions, each one delivering significant advancements. With every iteration, Apple continuously refined performance, enhanced battery life, upgraded hardware, optimized design, and elevated display quality, ensuring that each MacBook offered a more powerful and refined user experience. Then, finally, the year 2020 came. And the year 2020, something extraordinary happened at Apple. The company introduced its very first Apple Silicon chip. This year, Apple transitions from Intel chips to Apple chips, also known as M series. Till 2020, Apple had been using Intel processors, but after 2020, Apple uses its own custom designs processors. And this marks a major transition for Apple, moving from Intel chips to its own custom designed chips known as M series. Apple unveiled the 13-inch MacBook Air 2020 with new M1 chip. Its features included 8 GB of RAM, 256 GB of storage, and the M1 chip with 8 CPU cores, 7 or 8 GPU cores, and a 16-core neural engine. It was much more faster and powerful than the previous MacBook with Intel processors. The M1 MacBook Air was significantly faster and more powerful, so it was a revolutionary year for Apple. The 2020 has been another game-changing year for Apple. Since 2020, Apple has continued using its own processors. In the following years, Apple introduced the M2, M3, and M4 chips, which were even more powerful than the last one. Today, in 2025, you can buy MacBooks powered by these powerful chips. And yes, so that's how Apple started the production of MacBook, and that's how it has been continuously evolving over the years. And I hope to see more upgrades so that it becomes even more powerful in the following years. But the versions that are available today are super powerful and very, very fast that we don't, I think, need much more powerful than this one, because the versions that are available today are also super powerful and they are very high performing, extraordinarily high performing. So yeah, I think the kind of tasks that we are doing today can be completely fulfilled by the versions available today. And I got to also know that the MacBook Air 2020 with the M1 chip has been discontinued by Apple in 2024 in March. And another interesting fact is that, guys, the video that I'm making with the computer, it is also the MacBook Air of 2020 version with M1 chip. So it's a little bit saddening news that the MacBook Air with M1 chip has been discontinued by Apple. It is replaced by M2. But yes, whatever that has happened, it has happened for better performance, for better efficiency, and for reliability. So everything that happens for good. So yeah, that's it for the history of MacBook. And if you guys want to know that why MacBooks are super powerful, why they are fast, why they are known for their premium quality, what are the factors that are behind this performance, then you must watch another video on this topic, which is in the same series. So please go watch the video. And thank you so much for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.